Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. I am Komali. In this video, we are going to see another quilling craft, that is the Kumbhakarna sleeping episode. Here you can see the Kumbhakarna sleeping and all the human figures are trying to wake him up and all the food kept ready for him. And now we are going to see what are the material required. Quilling tool, quilling mold, quilling strips, a dry clay, few cardboard pieces, few white papers and tissue papers and mound board, some acrylic colors and brushes, gold glass liner, Fevibond and Fevicol, blade and scissors, stone chain and bead chain, sticks for the ladder, pencil or pen. First, for the face of Kumbhakarna, I am going to make 2 tight coils of 40 strips. Here all the strips used in this video are 5mm strips. I have made them using A4 size papers using the paper shredder. Here now I am using the quilling tool and making it into a tight coil and securing the end using Fevicol. Here I have already prepared another one and also 2 100 strip tight coils for the body portion and one 3 strip tight coil for the neck. And now with the help of the quilling mold, I am going to make the 40 strip tight coils into the dome shapes and sticking them with the Fevicol on the inner side. And I'm going to repeat the same for the coil that we made for the neck. And now coming to the 100 strip tight coils of the body portion, I'm slowly making one of them into a cone shape using my fingers. You have to be very careful while making it and bend its sharp edge as I am showing in the video, like we have to make it into a sleeping posture. And now I'm applying the Fevicol on its inner surface and I'll put it aside to let it dry. And now I'm going to take the another 100 strip tight coil and slowly I'll make it into a dome shape using my fingers and apply the Fevicol on its inner surface and put it aside to let it dry. After they get dry, I'm going to join them using the Fevicol as you can see in the video. And then I'm going to attach a strip around it to give it more strength. And now I'm going to attach the neck using the Fevicol. Then I'm going to take the 2 face domes and attaching them using the Fevicol as you can see in the video, and also attaching a strip around them too. After they get dry, now I'm taking the Fevibond strong glue and attaching the head to the neck and put it aside with a support until they get dry. And now for the leg portion, I'm going to take the paper and make them into cone cylinders like I'm showing in the video. I'll attach them like a joint there so that will resemble as a leg. I have already prepared 3, now I'm going to make the 4th one. For this I'm going to take the paper of 15 into 5 centimeters and I'm rolling it using my fingers as I'm showing in the video in this way and secure the end using the Fevicol and cut the uneven ends and make it into a straight edge. And now I'm going to join them as legs using Fevicol. And now I'm going to attach the leg portion to the whole body and hold them for some time until they get dry. And now let us make the bed of the Kumbhakarna according to his body size. Here I'm going to use the mound board and cut it as like I'm showing in the video. The main bed portion and the sides and the front and the back of the bed. First I'm going to attach the sides using the strong glue and hold them for some time until they get stiff. And then I'm going to repeat the same for the front and the back parts of the bed. And then I'm going to take 2 white papers and attach them using the Fevicol and make them into a cylinder which should resemble like a pillow. And now I'm going to take the two 40 strip tight coils and make them into dome shapes and attach them as the sides of the pillow. Meanwhile, let us make the human figures. I'll be showing one of them. For the head, I'm taking two 5 strip tight coils. And for the body, I'm taking two 10 strip tight coils. And for the neck, I'm taking one half strip. And now by using the quilling mold, I'm making the two face coils into dome shapes, and then one of the body coil into a cone shape and the other one into a dome shape, and applying Fevicol on the inner side and putting them aside. Now I'm attaching the head and the body portions like I'm showing in the video, and then I'm attaching the neck and then the head. Here is a human figure. Here I have already prepared rest of them using the same measurements. Now I'm attaching the sides of the pillow using the Fevicol. And then I'm attaching the pillow to the bed using the strong glue. And now I'm going to take the air glue and the hardener in the equal amounts and mixing them until they get a uniform color. Make sure that you will apply a Vaseline to your hands so that it will not stick to your hands. I'm taking a small amount of the clay and attaching it to the head using the Fevicol and sculpting it as the hair. And now I'm making the hands using the same air dry clay as I'm showing in the video. And now by using a stick, I'm sculpting the palm of the hand. And then I have repeated the same for the other hand too. And then I'm going to take the small amount of clay and fixing it as the nose and the mustache. After everything gets dry, I'm going to attach the Kumbhakarna on the bed. Like I am fixing his head to the pillow using the strong glue and body to the bed using the same strong glue. And then here I am taking a small amount of air dry clay and fixing his legs to the bed and sculpting that clay into his feet using a stick. And now to cover his legs like a dhoti, I am taking one portion of glue and 3 portions of water, and then applying the glue onto the tissue paper, attaching the tissue to his legs in such a way that it should resemble like a dhoti, like I am showing in the video. And now I'm using the same method to make the shawl of the Kumbhakarna around his neck and the hands. And now let it dry for one day. Meanwhile, let us take our human figures. I am taking the air dry clay and mixing it, and then taking a small amount of clay and sculpting it as his legs. For this, I am taking a MDF board to not to mess up and using the powder to not to stick to the surface. And then slowly sculpting the clay into the legs like a person sitting on the floor. And then taking a small amount of clay, I'm also fixing the hair and taking a small drop shape clay, I'm fixing it as his nose too. And now for his hands, I'm taking two small white papers and rolling them using the stick and sticking it using the Fevicol. And then for the palms, I'm taking two 1/4 strips and made into a coil and fixing them as the palms. And then I'm folding the hands in the middle to create an elbow. And finally, I'm attaching the hands to the body using the Fevicol like I'm showing in the video. And now to make an elephant, I am taking two 60 strip tight coils for the body portion and two 40 strip tight coils for the head portion. I'm taking the two 60 strip tight coils and making them into dome shapes and applying the Fevicol on their inner surface, putting them aside to let them dry. Then coming to the head, I'm taking one of the coil and making it into a dome shape and the other one into a cone shape in such a way the trunk of the elephant gets attached to that cone. And then applying Fevicol on their inner surface and putting them aside to let them dry. For the middle portion of the body, I'm taking a white paper like I'm showing in the video. I'm rolling it using my fingers in such a way that the diameter of the body dome should exactly fix to the circumference of the cylinder. And now I'm attaching the two coils of the face too. And now for the legs, I'm taking the 4 white papers and rolling them using my finger, making them into cylinder like a leg. And then I gave a diagonal cut on one of their edge, like in such a way it should fix to the body cylinder. And now I'm attaching the 4 legs using the strong glue. And now I'm taking the 1:3 Fevicol mix and attaching the tissue paper to the face of the elephant in order to make the trunk. And here I have finished making the trunk and a small mouth opening. And now by using the same method, I'm going to make the ears of the elephant. I'm taking the tissue paper and applying the Fevicol mix and holding it for some time. And here I am also sticking the tissue to the body portion to give it a uniform look. And then let them dry for 1 day. After everything is dry, here I have made a small circular coil in order to give the head a base while attaching it to the body like I am showing in the video. And here I have made a human figure sitting on the elephant. And here let us see the food items and the vessels that I have made. Here this vessel I have made it using 80 strip tight coil, and the jalebis that are present in it are made using the clay. And here this vessel is made using the 60 strip tight coil and the handles are made using the clay. And coming to this plate, I have made this using the mount board. And coming to the small vessels present inside, those are the small quilling coils. I have made them into vessels. And here are some of the food items and some rotis. So in the display we are going to see this plate loaded with food is carried with the 2 persons. Like here I have made them. We'll attach the plate in this way like they are carrying the plate on their shoulders. Here are some musical instruments that are played by the human figures. I have made them using the mount board, white papers and the paper strips. And as you can see, this is made using the mount board and the paper. This is the harmonium and these are the manjira, and this is the shankam that I've made using the clay and the quilling strips. Coming to this is the drum that I've made using quilling strips, and these are the sticks holded by the person. And this is the tabla I've made using the quilling strips, and here is the person sitting and the person carrying the harmonium and the person carrying the manjira and the person carrying the sannai, and finally the person who is blowing the shankam. I've made him to stand on the ladder. I've made the ladder using the wooden sticks. By this we have finished making all the things that are present in the setup. Now we are ready to paint. First we are going to start with the Kumbhakarna. I'm using the red and yellow color combination for his dhoti. And now I'm going to paint green for his bed. And now I'm using the flesh tint to paint his face and the body. And now I'm going to use black for his hair and the mustache. Here I have painted the shawl in a sky blue color and also painted the sides of the bed and also decorated the whole bed using the glass gold liner. And also I have given some golden borders for his clothes. Now by using a thin brush, I am going to paint the facial features of the Kumbhakarna, like eyebrows and the half opened eyes. He is about to wake up. And here you can see the complete face. And now I am using the stone chain and the bead chain for his jewelry. I am using Fevicol to fix them. And now we are going to paint the elephant. I am using the dark grey color. And now for the person sitting on the elephant, I am going to paint yellow for his dhoti. And now I am going to paint black for his hair. And then flesh tint for his face and the body. In the same way, I have colored all the other human figures too with different colors of dhotis. Also, I have painted the food items, the laddus in yellow and the jangras in orange and the vessels in the burnt serene color with a shade of gold on them. Now let us start painting the musical instruments. Most of the musical instruments will be in the brown color, so I am using the dark brown. Here I am painting the large drum. And then I'm painting the tabla. And now I'm painting the harmonium. This is Sannai. And then Manjira. And now I'm using white for the Shankam. And now let us give more detailing for these instruments. I'm using yellow ochre for these instruments on the top of drum and the tabla. And I'm using the same color to decorate the harmonium, giving it a small design. And by using the same color, I'm giving the details of the Sannai too. And I'm giving more detailing for these instruments. I'm using the other colors like white, black, gold, etc. Finally, I have attached the instruments to the human figures and also I have given some facial features to the human figures. You can see in the close-up. And here are the two persons who are carrying the food plate. And here is the person who is standing on the ladder. It will be kept near the pillow. And now coming to the elephant, I have given it somewhat color. I have decorated it using the gold liner. Here I have given a platform to this elephant. I have used the cardboard and the color paper to make this. And also have attached a pillar and painted it in gold color. To it a bell is attached. The person sitting on the elephant will ring the bell using its chain. And finally let us start arranging all the things. If you want, you can use strong glue and attach them, but I prefer to keep them apart. And finally, here is the complete project, the Kumbhakarna's sleeping episode. Yes, it is a huge project, but it all worth my time. See how colorful it is. Oh my god. If you like this video, please hit a like, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends who are interested in craft works. And finally, thank you for watching this video. I'll come up with another one. Until then, bye.